Alrighty, what is up, friends? We're gonna be doing a live reaction to One Piece chapter 1164. What a doozy. Um, I got slightly spoiled on Twitter. Um, but dude, it was so hard. It was so hard not to like to stay away, It was so hard. So I got slightly spoiled. Nothing crazy. I did a really good job. So we're going to be going into this like 90%, blind. I I have heard it's a banger of a chapter. So friends, here we go. Chapter 1164. Oh, I did get spoiled on this though. I heard that there's no break next week, so that's amazing. So, without further ado, let's go. Let's read this chapter and let's see what we got going on. Alrighty. So, chapter 1164, Davy's Blood. So we have Perona. Perona chasing a rabbit with a pocket watch. Okay. And she's thinking about Mihawk. Alright. Cool, cool. Let's look at Otis notes. I saw Perfume's Tokyo Dome show with Nakataka-san. Their indescribably amazing style really moved me. Huh. Okay, let's just go into it, bro. I don't have a lot of time here. So Rocks got hit with Domi Reversi. Shit, look at Roger, Whitebeard, Big Mom. I gotta see Kaido. Where's Kaido, dude? Artax didn't even face that spider thing. Oh. Ooh, Kaido. Dude, not even a reaction. What in the world? You shouldn't scoff at human. Dude, Rocks, bro. I think that's a spoiler. Davy D. Jones. That's the name of the previous king of the world. Dude, I did a video saying, like, bro, how can we counteract Domi Reversi? Look at Rocks, bro. Look at Rocks. But what does this mean, dude? The previous king of the world. Like another person in Emu's role? Oh my god. Insolent fool. That wretch was never king. Not for a single moment. Thou hast no place in the fate that binds Moo and Davy. Then you shouldn't be so scared. It's just a name after all. Dude, the lore. You've been afraid for a long time, haven't you? Dude! What is this? Afraid that one day someone's gonna inherit Davy's will and fulfill the promise. Okay, we have to think, dude. Is this Luffy? Does Luffy have anything to do with the D clan, with the Davy clan? Is that what the D stands for? Or is he talking about Blackbeard? But people have said that Blackbeard is not the guy. So what is going on? Oh, I wonder who scares you the most. Davy D. Jones, Joy Boy, cease this babble. They shall never resurface so long as thou fades into oblivion. Okay, so Joy Boy and Davy D. Jones are two different people. Okay, so we have Davy D. Jones. So Davy clan and the D's are separate? It's two different things? Or did the D clan originate from the Davy clan? Are they two separate clans or are they just one? Because clearly here, Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy are two separate people. And they shall never resurface so long as thou fades into oblivion. Fuck, dude. That makes me think that on the mural, because the mural is the key to this whole story, bro. I feel like it depicts the end game, dude. So all the answers are within the mural. We just need to decipher it. Is it possible that the two people that never met are Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy? Could it be that Blackbeard is the new Davy D. Jones? Because we know Joy Boy is Luffy. Could it be that they haven't met? I mean, they did meet in Impel Down briefly, but oh my god, dude. Chapter is on point so far, bro. Davy. Mu has found the perfect soldiers now. A certain nation of gentle and indecisive giants. Oh my god, dude. Dude, Rox is such a G. Wow, dude. Indeed, this is an unprecedented opportunity. A sovereign this pliable may never appear again. Thy current disposition is quite similar. Now make haste. What the fuck? Okay, so now you got Domi reversied. What the rocks? Damn it. I'm fading. Ah, here we go, dude. If my theory from last week comes true, bro, I'm a fucking G. So just for the guys that did not watch that video, I made a theory that the reason why Big Mom and Kaido the way that they are, where their whole belief about pirates is that they betray one another, is this: that Rocks is going to be possessed. He got Domino reversied. They don't really know what's going on. Rocks attacks them. They're like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, Rocks? You're betraying us. And then they have to end up fleeing because, dude, Rocks is arguably in the top 10 of all time in the One Piece verse. Annihilate Davy's lineage with thy own hand. Snuff out all obstacles on God Valley. Is it me or are you bigger? Out of the way. Their blood must be purged. Oh no. I knew it, dude. I knew it. He was gonna attack Kaido, bro. I fucking knew it. Damn, and he's huge. Rocks, what are you doing? What? Wrecked. Dude, I said this last week. And then Big Mom. Kaido. Bomb. Damn you, Rocks. Aren't we meant to be allies? I knew it, bro. I said this. I said this, bro. She's going to be like, why are you betraying us? She gets rocked. Oh, look at Whitebeard. We're in your way, Rocks? You are. Shit. That's a godly panel. Look at Rocks, dude. Look at Whitebeard crack. What the? Oh my god, they split the fucking mountain. Wow. Dude, he's gonna end up killing his wife. He might kill his wife and then snap back for a brief moment and be like, yo, I'm so sorry. I got Domi reverse seed, bro. Oh my god, look, and she's running away with baby Blackbeard. Shh. All warships at the northeast coast waves. Get away from the island. All ships pull back. Oh, dude, it's going down. Oh, these fucking fucks. Who is responsible? This unforgivable act must be punished. Everyone hurry. Don't set sail without us or you'll be put to death. Hurry. Oh, these fucking celestial dragons. Southwest region. Come on, Rayleigh. This island's toast. Roger's safe, right? Treasure isn't this incredible? Well, that's a dead end. Move it. Damn, so everyone is hauling ass out of God Valley. Oh, look at Dragon. Damn, dude. This story, bro, God Valley really did affect everybody, bro. Like, without God Valley, like, the One Piece universe would not be the same. If it wasn't for what's happening right now, everything in One Piece currently, in the modern era, would be completely different. Completely different. You can argue that the Revolutionary Army was not created because of God Valley. Shanks is Shanks because of God Valley. Rocks dying ultimately. Oh my god. Wait, Kuma, give it a rest. it would be too risky to keep trying to save people. Kumachi. Oh my god. There might still be more people out there. Found one. Dragon. This is how they meet Dragon. Oh shit! Captain John is still alive. Shiki, asshole, you never. Okay, so there's a theory that God Valley is fuck. What's Moria's island? Thriller Bark. A lot of people are saying that God Valley is Thriller Bark, and Moria ultimately got Captain John's and this dude Ganzui's body like off of God Valley. So that theory, with time, dude, it's becoming more and more accurate. But we'll see where that goes. Shiki, asshole, you'll never make it off this island alive, you hear? Ha ha ha. No one gets the drop on me. Dude, fucking Shiki, dude. Everyone to the coast, we need stretchers. We can't, the forest on fire. Here we go. Here we go. Sebek, he looks. So you lost. Fuck. I'm sorry, it's our fault. You faced that thing to save us, even though you weren't ready yet. Teach. We have no choice but to jump into the sea and swim. I won't let the Davy clan end here. We'll survive no matter what. Damn. Escapees spotted on the coast. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Kuma. So the mom is alive. The mom is alive. This changes so many things. And then he poofed himself out of there too. Destroyed the ship, the coast, everything. Emu thinks that they're dead. Davy, next, extinguish all who remain on the island. This is the fight. This is the fight. Vice Admiral Garp, please hurry up. I told y'all to get the hell out of here. How long are you guys gonna stick around? Oh my god. Roger, where are you? I'm fine. Let me know when everyone's on board. And now Rox is just going berserk. Why does he look like that? Garp, Roger. Bring it on, Rox. Davy. What the hell have you turned into? I won't let you go after my crew. Oh my god, Roger Garp. This voice, please. What's with that expression? Please kill me. The climax of the God Valley incident. Bro. And no break. Okay. I called this last week. So for the people that did not watch my theory video last week, I pretty much called this. Rox is gonna... His story is a tragedy. Very anti-hero vibes. You know... But to his core, he's not a bad guy. You know, he still sticks up for Harald, if that's how you pronounce it, King Harald, saying like, "Yo, what the fuck?" You know. Oh my god. So, where does he say that? Stay away from Harald. He just wants peace, dude. Rox is such a stand-up guy, bro. To the end, he's like, dude, stay away from Harald. He only wants peace. You're going to end up using him. You just see them as a nation of soldiers, but you need to stay away. And then, what I also spoke about last week was how this exact moment right here, where Rox strikes Kaido. I said it last week. Rock strikes Kaido. Big Mom is gonna be right behind Kaido and be like, "Yo, Rocks, exactly this. What the fuck are you doing, dude? You're our captain. We're supposed to be allies. Why are you betraying us?" At this point, after this happened, and I wonder what happened after the clash between Rocks and Whitebeard, but I'm assuming that the three of them dipped. Okay, they dipped. They're not gonna stick around for the fight. We know that the last fight is Roger, Garp, no, Roger, Garp, and Rocks. We know those three are involved in the last fight. I think that Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard dipped. They're like, "Yo, fuck this. We're not allies." And then amongst the three of them, they were like, "Dude, there's no honor amongst pirates, right?" And I think that's what sets everything up. And I spoke about that last week. And this is exactly what's unfolding right now, where they don't know that he got possessed. Out of nowhere, they think like, "Bro, Rocks, you betrayed us. Why the fuck are you doing this?" What I find interesting too, because this chapter also does a lot of lore, okay? The previous king of the world is Davy D. Jones, right? Let me see. Okay, so my headcanon is for the Void Century is that there was a king of the world, Davy D. Jones, okay? Davy D. Jones was the king of the world and the world was thriving. Davy D. Jones was actually a good guy. Here we have Emu saying that that wretch was never the king, not for a single moment. He has no place in the fate that binds Mu and Davy. That I need to look into. But I think that Davy D. Jones was the king of the world. He wasn't in hiding. He was like the figurehead of the One Piece world. The world was thriving. At one point, Emu gets involved. My God, dude, this is just so much. We need to see Davy D. Jones. Like I said in last week's video, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Emu has something against Davy D. Jones and something against Joy Boy. Okay? So, what I find interesting is Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy allies? Did they together fight against Emu and ultimately lose against Emu? The mural says that those two never met. Could it be that the only way to beat Emu is for these two people, I'm assuming someone from the Davy Clan and Joy Boy, uniting, and that's the only way you defeat Emu? We don't know. But with Davy D. Jones being the prior king of the world, I don't think he was a bad guy. I don't think so. That's the name of the. Wow. So look. And here we have Rock saying you shouldn't scoff at humans, you beast. Is Rock saying that Emu is not human? He's calling him a beast. Maybe we shouldn't take it literally. Maybe we need to take it figuratively. But maybe he is actually not human, right? Maybe Emu is like an alien or something. He's not a demon necessarily. Maybe he's an alien. One Piece does have slight lore when it comes to the moon. Maybe it's something that's moon related. Maybe. But the previous king of the world is Davy D. Jones. Okay. And then here, Rox is saying, you've been afraid for a long time, haven't you? Afraid that one day someone's going to inherit Davy's will and fulfill the promise. What does that mean? So, we know that One Piece is very heavy about inheriting will. Okay? Luffy inherited Joy Boy's will, and we know Joy Boy, he was like a liberator, right? The warrior of liberation, the drums of liberation. That's what Joy Boy was. Was Joy Boy liberating people from Davy D. Jones? Was Davy D. Jones a horrible king of the world, and that's why Joy Boy rose up? Could it be that Emu pitted Joy Boy and Davy against one another? It's a lot of questions because now we have these three parties and we need to know where they fall. We know that Emu has something against Joy Boy and something against Davy D. Jones. What is that relationship between the three of them? You know, because we know ultimately that Emu finds Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy to be enemies. So, did those two fight against Emu together? Did Emu pit them against one another? It's so many things, and you can honestly go about it so many ways. Because if you're looking at the current generation, you're looking at Blackbeard, who is arguably, you know, people argue that he's the final villain of the story. You know, he has done a lot of bad shit in the story. Most people will say he's not redeemable. He's ultimately the reason why Ace died. He is the reason why Blackbeard died. Took Blackbeard's fruit. Not Blackbeard. That Blackbeard killed Whitebeard. Took Whitebeard's fruit. But is the moral of the story of like these two have to, you know, put their shit aside, become allies, and defeat the greater evil, and then they fight against one another? You can see something like that in the final war. It can be like Luffy saying like, look, Blackbeard, I fucking hate you, but we need to work together to overcome this presence that is Emu. Once we deal with Emu, then we can deal with one another. We can do something like that, right? So here, Rox is saying, I wonder who scares you the most, Davy D. Jones or Joy Boy? So now we know that in the current generation, Emu has a thing against Luffy and has something against Blackbeard, right? In the current generation, Luffy and Blackbeard are not allies. It's going to take a lot for them to become allies. Okay? So, fuck, dude. This is so interesting. This is so cool. I'm going to ponder. You know, we still have the lore about the giants, that the giants are needed to win ultimately in this final war. Whoever the giants align themselves with is really like the winning side. Right now, I think without a shadow of a doubt, we know that the giants are allying themselves with Luffy, with Joy Boy. We have the new giant pirates. I think that's what they call themselves. We have Loki. Loki is ultimately going to be an ally. Some people are saying that he's going to join the crew. I can see both. He can join the crew or just be an ally. But ultimately, this is very interesting. And again, story wise, story progression, we see that Big Mom and Kaido, and maybe even Whitebeard at this point, their belief that there's no honor amongst pirates, this is where that feeling is born from. Okay. And then the other thing is, it's, you know, what's Davy's dream? What is his dream? I want to put an end to Davy's dream. Could it be that Davy was the king of the world during the Void Century and everything was thriving? At the end of the day, One Piece is like a post-apocalyptic story. You know, we had Emeth, right? That's from the Void Century. We know that the Void Century had a certain technology. We know that the dials that we saw in Skypiea, I believe that's also old technology from the Void Century. So we can see how the Void Century, in a way, it was an advanced society. You can even say that everybody coexisted. It wasn't until an event that happened where everything broke up. You can say that the red line was formed towards the end of the Void Century, divided the world. The fishmen had to retreat and go underground because shit was happening on, you know, on the surface. So what is Davy's dream? Could Davy's dream be peace, unity? At the end of the day, we know that Emu is against that dream. So if Emu is a bad guy, then we can assume that the dream is a good dream. Um, but this is very interesting, and I did call this last week you know, where I was talking about, how Domi Reversi is fucking brutal. Like, so far, we haven't found any cheat codes. We haven't found any way around it. What I said last week was, Rock's story at the end of the day is a tragedy. Now that we know that Kuma was able to blip the wife and Blackbeard away, I know that within himself, he's like, I'm done. You can kill me now. That was my ultimate move. I only came to this island to get my wife and my kid out of here. They got blipped away. Now I can die happy. And I think it's a tragedy. We could see this coming. Rox, while rough around the edges, he wasn't necessarily a villain. Blackbeard is a villain. Rox, very misunderstood, rough around the edges, and now he's saying, please kill me. And this fight between these three is going to be a tragedy. It's going to be a tragedy. And ultimately, how I mentioned last week, you guys really need to watch that video because I said a lot of this. I predicted a lot of this, was that Roger, up until now in the story, during this flashback, right, he's been very laissez-faire, very easygoing, very chill. He's just chilling. So what happened between this moment in time and to the flashback that we see in Wano, which is a couple of years later down the road, what happened from here to there? This event right here. Roger is going to be like, what the fuck is going on? And he's going to now embark on that journey, ultimately finding the One Piece and finding the secrets of the world, ending up in Laugh Tale. This is the catalyst that made Roger get serious and how he ultimately becomes king of the pirates. It's this right here, because he's going to be like, what the fuck? Rox, while not necessarily a villain or the most horrible person on the planet, he had morals. He had an honor system. What caused a man like that? Like, what made a man like that so great to basically beg him, that made him beg for me to kill him? What was behind all of that? And I truly believe that this is the catalyst that propelled Roger to get serious and to ultimately discovering the One Piece and everything that we know. But, guys, amazing chapter. One Piece is cooking. There's a lot of lore drop. I need to rack my head around it. I might make another video about this soon, going into more depth. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys agree with my theories. And just like reach out, comment. I want to see, I want to get in touch and see what people ultimately think about this. So thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure. Please comment, like, and subscribe, dude. I'm in the process of trying to monetize this channel. So if I can monetize this and make this like a full-time thing, it would be amazing. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.